Hey, so this is Blood Samurai 2. This is the most peak game on Roblox right now, and this is a simple guide on how to play it. So let's start with the simple ways to make money. So let's start in the village. The first place to go in the village is the simplest task. It is the berry task. So you go over to this NPC over here, and he tells you, "Oh, can you pick me some berries?" You pick them, 15 berries, and he gives you 25 bucks. So the apple task, it doesn't work at the moment. There's also the girl who sells you rice. You have to pick the rice. And there's also the hitman, where you can get $250 for one kill. So there are more complicated ways to make money, like the villager. You have to export him to the bridge away from the village, and when you do, you will get 100 bucks. So I actually recommend that task, but I also recommend this task. So this guy, he gives you a crate which you have to take to the Yamioki Shrine. So there's one last task that you can do. This one's completely irrelevant. This one's terrible to do. It gives you absolutely no money, but you run over to this blue guy and he gives you a shovel, right? And you have to go over to this beach over here and collect these minerals. So up next are like the armors. So there's a samurai elite armor, and then there's a samurai troop armor. I recommend the samurai elite armor because it's actually much better. It has more like defense, and it's much stronger. Now if you want to get more advanced, if you want one with more defense, you gotta go to the Shrine of Yamioki. So first you have to climb up this pillar, and then you go up the mountain to the right of the village. Press G to climb. You will never actually run out of stamina when you're climbing. Walls aren't big enough. If you climb like consecutively, then you will run out of stamina, but it doesn't really matter. So, location Shrine of Yamioki. There's a secret armor. It's called the Snow Stealth Armor, and you will have it in a black coat, but here it shows in a white coat. So this one's very good for if you want defense. So if you want cooler armor or just quicker armor in general, there is this golden armor that you can find in the Sakura Hilltop. So it's on that big mountain over there. So we need to get up there. So really you just press G to climb all these walls and you get up there. And it's actually really easy. You won't run out of stamina if you go directly up. So there are actually a couple important things in this Sakura Hilltop. First there's the golden armor. Then second there's the raid, which you can do to get a certain race. I actually don't recommend this raid, but there's also the golden man who gives you a special artifact, and then there's also a guy who prays. The guy who prays gives you a stance. He is also on a mat where you can meditate. So for our second to last armors, these armors I don't recommend. You can use them. Some of them are good. So they're at the Shrine of Yamioki. They're in this building. So there's the shinobi armor, and then there's the Damaru armor, and then there's a demon armor. The only one I really recommend is the demon armor. It's a bit expensive, but it has 140 defense, and it's actually pretty decent. So for our last armor, I have the armor that I'm wearing. It's like the stealth armor, and it's very quick, and it gets you away from opponents very quickly too. So how you get this is you go east of the village to this bridge over here. This bridge also consists of a guy who tells you to fight him. So that's the 3 sword style that I'm wearing. I recommend to use this later, to get this style later, and I'll have a video posted of how to do that too. To get to this armor, it's much more complicated. You have to go over the bridge and then up this wall. And now you'll see at the top right, there's a little hole. So this is an easy way to get there. So when you're at this part of the wall, you gotta climb up this wall, and when you're climbing, when you press G and when you're in the climbing animation, you can actually skip to the other wall. As you can see the hole in there, you can skip to the other wall and then get up. So here you have to actually dash through. So right here I dash through, and here there's a little secret cave where you can get the samurai stealth armor. It's very cheap, and this is also one of the best meditation spots. So for probably the last part of the video, there is meditating. So meditating is very important. It can upgrade your sword, and you can get like a cast which surrounds your sword with like this element that makes it stronger. when you have 100 wisdom, you actually unlock it. So there's a spot right here where you can meditate. It has these 2 meditating points, so they're like 2 little symbols, and that's how quick you meditate. So most have 2 symbols, except the girl on the Yamioki thing. So let's go over to this pad. So this is also a place to meditate. I don't recommend this. This is very wide in the open, but just for this video, I'll meditate right here. So here it says my race, I'm Oni 2. Gender, male. Wisdom, I have 147. And then vitality and strength cannot be upgraded right now. It also shows your money. It shows all the races that are available. And this is like the AFKing part of the game.